I'm Dr. Ivan Twagirashema. I'm the chairman of EPD. EPD means Energy Private Developers. This association was created in 2014 from an idea of some actual members who are founder members now. They have been facing some challenges working on the negotiation of power purchase agreement concessions. They have been facing some issues, especially on the implementation of incentives people investing in energy sector are getting when they are creating the company. And then from all those challenges, people thought that it was very interesting to be together and start facing those challenges as a group. The other reason of the creation was also the information sharing, because we have realized that people were facing the same kind of challenge at different periods of the development of the project. And they were not even able to share experience of how some of the members were able to handle those issues in the past. So we started first of all from those two challenges, but now today the responsibility and the vision of the association is wider than that, because we are doing now advocacy for our members. We are focusing on energy access for all. We are preparing an energy awareness campaign. So the mission of the association after 2 years of the creation has been grown at a level we could not even think about 2 years ago. Then today we started also getting the results of working together. As in the EDPRS2, one of the focus says that private sector has to be the engine of the economy. Now we are starting seeing really a strong implication of private sector in energy sector, because we are working together. We are able to keep a continuous communication with the government and government institutions, because we are organized as a group. Before, it was not easy for the government, for example, to contact every company to pass some regulation, policy, or even update on the law. And today, it's easy. They just pass through EPD, and then through EPD, where we have more than 100 companies, it's very easy for information sharing, and all the people are updated at the same time. We are now working also with international partners at the level of the association, and all this has been possible because we are organized as a group and we are serving our nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, indeed the government of Rwanda recognizes the crucial role of private sector has played in supporting our energy development at all levels. From the suppliers for home solutions such as solar home solutions and biomass stoves, which improve the life of our population, to the development of power stations, which will drive the economic growth. I would like to thank you for your finance, your skills, and I urge you to develop innovative approaches that are tailored to the specific needs of the Rwanda. And by doing so, we can harness the benefits that you, the private people, can deliver.
Good morning. My name is Ndaisawa Edward. I'm the Vice Chairman of Energy Private Developers Association. It's EPD. EPD is an association for private companies operating in energy sector with the vision for profitable energy businesses for the development of Rwanda. Our mission is effective advocacy and the partnership for business profitability here in Rwanda. Our main objectives are the cooperation and the partnership for the development of energy here in Rwanda. We do also the advocacy of private companies operating in energy sector in Rwanda, but also we share experience and the good practices among our company members here in Rwanda. We encourage our members to become more profitable, but also we are like a forum under Private Sector Federation to make advocacy for energy sector, but also to contribute to the government policy for energy, as the government is targeting the production of 563 megawatts by the end of 2018. But so far we are at the level where we have to double our effort as private sector to partner with the government, but also to partner with the community in general. So private sector has a big role to achieve these objectives by the government. By 2018, the government targeting 70% for electrification, with 48% with the mini grids, people connected to mini grid, but we are targeting also 22% of off-grids solutions. It means where we use the solar energy, but also the mini grids in general. So EPD is welcoming all private companies operating in energy sector, but also we are encouraging investors from elsewhere in the world to come to partner with our local companies to develop energy sector here in Rwanda. So the business environment is very good. The government is supporting the private sector for its achievement.
My name is Raoul Ngendahayo. I'm a COO of Mobisol Rwanda. Mobisol Rwanda is part of the Mobisol Group, which is a German-based company with operations in 3 African countries, Tanzania, Rwanda, and now Kenya. The company has an overall headcount of about 500 employees and was created about 5 years ago. Our business model is kind of unique. We are a independent solar power provider where we combine microfinance, solar energy, and ICT in a ways where we give our products over a period of 36 months, payable via mobile money, and during that month we offer maintenance and also warranty. We have been working in Rwanda for 2 years so far, and have grown considerably to be one of the market leaders in Rwanda. We work very closely with the government of Rwanda, where we have signed contracts to provide electrification for over 50,000 households. We recently also were included in a government tender where we will have to electrify over 500,000 households with other providers in the country. We are very happy to work closely with the EPD because it provides us a platform as from the sector, the private sector, to be able to address some of the challenges that we may have on the Rwandan markets. Like any startup, especially for a new industry, there are a few challenges, but we've always tried to find solutions via the EPD and the government and make it a much more conducive business environment. The energy sector in Rwanda is a very dynamic sector, and if I'm not wrong, the government is one of the few governments that has a clear off-grid strategy, which will allow itself and companies like ours to thrive in achieving the targets of the government, which is an electrification of about 70% in the next 2 years to come. So we are encouraging other players to come on board because the market is big enough, the industry is new, and the regulations around it are really aimed at providing as much support as possible for companies like ours. I'd like to finish by thanking all the viewers and thanking again NPD for providing this platform and allowing companies like ours to work very closely with the rest of the companies in the private sector. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Dan Klink. I am a Canadian renewable energy entrepreneur that has been based in Rwanda for the last 6 years. I work with 3 companies. One is East African Power, which is an investment management and holdings vehicle, DC Hydropower, which is a hydropower development business, and with Afritech Energy, which is an engineering, procurement, and construction business. I guess I'm here to talk a bit about Afritech, which has specific joint ventures with Norwegian and Canadian technology providers for the market, offering solutions to many of the IPPs working in the market. The hydropower market in Rwanda is an excellent market to invest in. There's over 300 microhydro sites available for development. There's about 50 companies. Majority of them are Rwandan companies here developing in the sector. For the Energy Private Developers Association, I have been involved with the Hydropower Committee, serve on the executive committee to help develop and help Rwanda reach its goal for universal access to electricity by 2020 and 70% connectivity by 2018. In the small hydro market, there's about 70 projects that are seeking investment, with nearly $500 million that can be invested into this small sector over the next 5 years. As of this year, there's a new PPP law which mandates for IPPs developing in the sector with partnerships with the government, with the Ministry of Infrastructure, with the REG Rwanda Energy Group, with the Rwanda Development Board, with REMA, RURA, and several other institutions. Private companies are able to partner with the government on 25-year contracts to be able to deliver in the small hydropower sector. The relationship between the private companies and the government has been very good and prosperous and growing and learning curves, and the Energy Private Developers Association is there to help foster that relationship, to work on policy development, to examine the sector, examine the performance of the private sector with its ability to reach the ambitious targets that the government is setting. EPD is a dynamic group which has many subsectors. It is the hydropower sector, which I co-lead with Gregory Tai. Within that, we have 25 members, which are in the small hydropower sector, and we are welcoming soon 25 new members in the Pico Hydro. We meet on about a monthly basis. We discuss relevant issues, whether that's ranging from water resource licenses to the power purchase agreements to the concession agreements that are signed, and we dialogue amongst ourselves with the barriers that we're facing in order for development, and then through EPD as a facilitation vehicle, we're able to engage appropriately with the government as a partner and to help develop and overcome these barriers. So there's a lot of alignment with the universal access to electricity ambitions, reaching 563 megawatts by 2018. There's about 200 megawatts to be developed in the small hydropower sector. So so the companies get together, they work together, they dialogue together, and EPD is a great platform for partnering with international institutions which help bring in capacity development, which help address the cost of capital issues that we face within the market. So so EPD welcomes new members and looks forward to continued work and dialogue with the government for achieving the targets.
My name is Sam Dargan. I'm the CEO and founder of Great Lakes Energy. We started this company in 2005 in Kigali. We're one of the oldest operating solar power companies here. We're a solar power engineering firm. We design, install, and maintain solar power projects. We also do EPC work for larger industrial scale solar power projects. And we do a lot of innovation, designing our own monitors and software to make solar power systems more sustainable. We're a proud member of EPD. Myself, I serve as the co-chairperson of the solar energy subgroup within EPD. And EPD for us is a very powerful platform on which we can engage with the government collectively with the other private companies in discussions of how we can work together as a private sector to meet the government's electrification targets. There's a lot of investment opportunities for solar in Rwanda. There's two broad market categories. There's the solar home market category, of which we have about 6 or 7 companies, and that it's a large market with 2 million homes, so we have room for more companies. And then we have the industrial sector, which is just getting started now, and only very few companies operating in that area.
Justus Mucho, the Managing Director of BBox Rwanda. We are leading the solar revolution in emerging markets, specifically in Rwanda, where we've electrified over 10,000 households so far. So we are glad, and it's an amazing experience to be part of the Africa Carbon Emission Conference, since we think we provide the most, one of the most clean technologies to solve this. We were invited by the EPD, which is an umbrella holding us together as energy private developers, and it's something we are glad to be part of. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Sunday Kabarebe. I am a project manager for Shell Foundation here in EPD. And briefly, I'd like to talk about our partners who help us to try and help our members of EPD to achieve their targets and their goals in helping the rural people to access adequate and affordable energy. I'd like to thank our partners in EPD, such as BFZ, Shell Foundation, and EcoBank. Without them, this would never have happened, and we really, really deeply thank them, and we look forward to having other partners to come and make sure that Rwanda and in general Africa, we have electricity for the people in the rural areas. Thank you very much.